If you're taking creatine right now, you're probably wasting your money and limiting your gains without even knowing it. I'm about to reveal the 10 most common creatine mistakes that throw your supplement in the trash. And mistake number 5 is the absolute worst. It's the one almost everyone gets wrong, and it's literally costing you hundreds of dollars. I've been researching creatine supplementation for years, and I've made most of these mistakes myself. These aren't just minor issues. They can significantly reduce creatine's effectiveness and in some cases, actually harm your body. In this video, I'm breaking down all 10 mistakes and, more importantly, showing you exactly how to fix them. By the end, you'll know how to maximize every single gram of creatine you take. Quick note before we start. Creatine does not cause hair loss. There's zero reliable scientific evidence for this myth. So if that's been holding you back, you can relax. Now, let's dive into these mistakes. Pay close attention when we get to number 5. That's the game changer. Let's go. Mistake number 1 is something almost everyone overlooks when they first start taking creatine: not increasing their water intake. Here's what you need to understand about how creatine actually works. How creatine affects hydration. Creatine pulls water into your muscle cells. This is actually a good thing. It's called cell volumization, and it's one of the reasons creatine helps you build muscle and get stronger. Your muscles literally become more hydrated and fuller. But here's the problem. If you're not drinking enough water to compensate for this effect, your body starts pulling water from other places. This leads to dehydration. The consequences: when you don't drink enough water while taking creatine, you might experience persistent headaches, unusual fatigue and low energy, reduced workout endurance, muscle cramps, and in extreme cases, even kidney strain. I learned this the hard way during my first week on creatine. I started getting these nagging headaches every afternoon. Couldn't figure out why until I realized I was drinking the same amount of water as before starting the supplement. Once I increased my intake, the headaches disappeared within 2 days. The solution: add an extra 500 to 1,000 milliliters of water per day when you start taking creatine. That's about 2 to 4 additional cups. Here's a simple trick. Check your urine color. It should be clear or very light yellow throughout the day. If it's dark yellow, you need more water. Think of it this way. Creatine is expanding your muscle cells with water. You need to provide that water or your body will find it elsewhere. And that's when problems start. Bottom line, more creatine equals more water. It's non-negotiable. Mistake number 2 is taking creatine on an empty stomach. And this is a huge one because it affects both how well creatine works and how your stomach feels. Why this matters: creatine absorption is significantly enhanced when you take it with food, specifically with carbohydrates. Here's why. When you eat carbs, your body releases insulin. Insulin is like a delivery truck that helps shuttle nutrients, including creatine, into your muscle cells. Studies have shown that taking creatine with 30 to 50 grams of high glycemic carbs can boost absorption by up to 60% compared to taking it alone. Let me say that again. 60% better absorption just by taking it with the right food. The digestive issues. Beyond absorption, taking creatine on an empty stomach often causes stomach pain and discomfort, nausea, bloating, diarrhea. Some people think creatine just doesn't agree with them, when really they're just taking it the wrong way. The best foods to take with creatine. You want simple, fast-digesting carbs: a banana, white rice, sweet potato, a slice of white bread, fruit juice, honey. My recommendation: the absolute best time to take creatine is post-workout with a meal or snack that includes carbs. Your insulin sensitivity is elevated after training, which means even better absorption. Here's what I do. Right after my workout, I mix creatine in water and drink it while eating a banana and some rice cakes. Simple, effective, and my stomach never complains. If you train in the morning, take it with breakfast. Evening training? Take it with dinner. Just make sure there are carbs involved. Never take creatine first thing in the morning on an empty stomach and then wait hours to eat. You're wasting the dose and probably going to feel sick. Mistake number 3, trying to save money by buying cheap, low-quality creatine. And I get it. We all want to save money. But this is one area where cutting costs can actually hurt you. Why quality matters. Not all creatine is created equal. High-quality creatine monohydrate should be 99.9% pure. But cheap products? They might contain fillers that do nothing for you, contaminants and impurities, heavy metals like lead or mercury, harmful compounds created during poor manufacturing. These aren't just theoretical risks. Independent testing has found these exact problems in budget creatine products. The health risks. Low-quality creatine can cause more severe digestive issues, reduced effectiveness, you're literally paying for filler, potential long-term health problems from contaminants, kidney stress from impurities. How to identify quality creatine? Look for these markers. 1. The Cre-Pure seal. This is the gold standard. 2. Cre-Pure is a German-manufactured creatine that's consistently tested and verified as pure. 3. Third-party testing. Companies that publish independent lab reports showing purity. 4. Clear labeling. Should state creatine monohydrate and the exact amount per serving. 5. Reputable brands. Stick with established supplement companies with good reputations. 6. The cost reality. Here's the thing. Even high-quality creatine is incredibly affordable. A month's supply of top-tier creatine costs about the same as 2 coffees from Starbucks. We're talking maybe $15 to $20 for an entire month. When you break it down, you're spending 50 cents per day for one of the most effective, researched supplements in existence. That's not expensive. That's a bargain. My take, I used to buy the cheapest creatine I could find. Then I started getting stomach issues and noticed it wasn't dissolving properly. When I switched to a Cre-Pure certified brand, the difference was immediate. Better dissolution, 0 stomach problems, and noticeably better results. Don't gamble with your health and your gains to save $5. Buy quality creatine. Your body will thank you. Mistake number 4, skipping creatine on your rest days. And this might surprise you because a lot of people treat creatine like a pre-workout supplement. It's not. Understanding how creatine works. Creatine is not an acute stimulant. It doesn't give you energy for one workout like caffeine does. Instead, creatine works by building up stores in your muscles over time. Think of it like filling a tank. Every dose you take adds to your muscles' creatine reserves. When you skip days, you're letting that tank drain without refilling it. Why rest days matter? Here's what many people don't realize. Muscle growth and recovery happen on rest days, not training days. When you're in the gym, you're actually breaking down muscle tissue. The growth happens during recovery. Creatine supports this recovery process by maintaining ATP production for cellular repair, keeping muscle cells volumized, supporting protein synthesis, reducing inflammation and muscle damage. If you skip creatine on off days, you're missing out on these recovery benefits exactly when your body needs them most. The consistency principle. Research shows that maintaining consistent creatine levels is more important than timing around workouts. Your goal is sustained saturation, not hitting some magical workout window. My recommendation, take creatine every single day at the same time. This builds the habit and ensures your stores never drop. I take mine every morning with breakfast, whether I'm training that day or not. It's automatic. I don't have to think about whether it's a workout day. It's just part of my routine. Rest days aren't off days for your supplements. Your body is working hard to recover and grow. Support it with consistent creatine intake. All right, here we are. Mistake number 5. This is the big one I warned you about. The one that almost everyone gets wrong, and the one that's probably costing you the most money. The mistake? Choosing expensive, fancy forms of creatine instead of plain creatine monohydrate. The marketing trap. Walk into any supplement store and you'll see shelves full of different creatine products. Creatine HCl, liquid creatine, buffered creatine, Cre-Alkaline, creatine. ethyl ester, creatine nitrate, advanced formulas. All of them claim to be better than regular creatine monohydrate. They'll tell you better absorption, no loading phase needed, no bloating, more effective. And they charge you 2x, 3x, sometimes 5x the price of regular creatine monohydrate. Here's the truth. It's almost entirely marketing BS. The science. Creatine monohydrate has been studied for over 30 years. It has literally hundreds of peer-reviewed studies proving its safety and effectiveness. It's the gold standard. All these other forms? They have minimal research, and what research exists shows they're either no better than monohydrate, actually worse than monohydrate, unstable and break down before reaching your muscles. For example, creatine ethyl ester was marketed as revolutionary. Studies showed it was actually less effective than monohydrate because it breaks down into an inactive compound before it can work. Liquid creatine? Creatine degrades in liquid over time. By the time you drink it, much of it is already converted to useless creatinine. The one exception, the only variation worth considering, is micronized creatine monohydrate. This is regular monohydrate that's been processed into smaller particles. It dissolves better in water and may be easier on your stomach if you're sensitive. But chemically, it's exactly the same as regular monohydrate, just easier to mix. Why this mistake is so costly? Let's do the math. Regular creatine monohydrate, $15 to $20 for a month's supply. Fancy creatine forms, $40 to $80 for the same amount. You're paying 3-4 times more for something that works the same at best, and possibly worse. Over a year, that's hundreds of dollars wasted. Over several years of training? Thousands. My personal experience. I fell for this trap early on. I bought creatine HCl because the label said no loading needed and better absorption. I paid $45 for what turned out to be a 2-week supply. Then I switched back to basic creatine monohydrate. You know what happened? Absolutely nothing changed. Same results, same effects, but I was spending a quarter of the price. The bottom line. Unless you have a specific intolerance to regular monohydrate, which is extremely rare, stick with creatine monohydrate. If you want easier mixing, get the micronized version. Save your money for things that actually matter, like quality food, better training equipment, or another effective supplement. Don't let marketing fool you. The boring, cheap, basic form of creatine is still the best. Period. Mistake number 6. Mixing creatine in protein shakes, thick liquids, or acidic juices. This seems harmless, but it's actually reducing how much creatine you're actually consuming. The dissolution problem. Creatine doesn't dissolve easily in thick liquids. When you mix it in a protein shake or thick smoothie, much of the powder sticks to the sides of the shaker. It clumps at the bottom. You end up leaving 20 to 30% of your dose in the bottle. Think about it. How many times have you finished a protein shake and seen gritty powder at the bottom? That's your creatine, not making it into your body. The degradation issue. Acidic liquids like orange juice, lemonade, or certain vitamin drinks can degrade creatine over time. The acid converts creatine into creatinine, which is an inactive waste product that your body just eliminates. If you mix creatine in acidic juice and let it sit for 20-30 minutes, you're drinking significantly degraded creatine. The best method. Here's the most effective way to take creatine. Option 1. Simple water mix. Use room temperature or slightly warm water, not hot. Mix 5 grams of creatine in about 8 to 12 Oz of water. Stir vigorously for 30 seconds. Drink immediately. Option 2. Dry scoop. Put the creatine powder directly in your mouth. Immediately drink water to wash it down. This ensures you get 100% of the dose. I personally prefer the dry scoop method after my post-workout meal. It takes 3 seconds, there's no waste, and I know I'm getting the full dose. What not to do. Don't mix creatine in your protein shake and let it sit. Don't pre-mix creatine in bottles for later. Don't mix it in hot coffee, heat degrades it. Don't leave it sitting in acidic drinks. Keep it simple, water and immediate consumption or dry scoop. That's it. Mistake number 7, expecting immediate, dramatic results from creatine. This isn't a magic pill, and understanding the realistic timeline will save you from disappointment. The reality of creatine works by saturating your muscles over time. It's not like taking a pre-workout where you feel energized in 20 minutes. The benefits are cumulative and build gradually. The actual timeline, week 1-2, you might notice slightly increased water weight, 2 to 4 pounds. This is normal and actually a good sign. It means creatine is being stored in your muscles. Don't freak out about this weight gain. It's not fat. Week 2 to 4, this is when you'll start noticing performance benefits. An extra rep or 2 on your lifts. Slightly less fatigue during sets. Faster recovery between sets. More training volume capacity. Week 6 to 12, this is when the real magic happens. Noticeable strength increases. Visible muscle growth because you're able to train harder. Improved workout quality overall. Better recovery between training sessions. Why it takes time. Your muscles can store about 120-160 grams of creatine total. Even with a loading phase, it takes time to reach full saturation. Without loading, it takes 3 to 4 weeks to reach peak levels. Managing expectations. Don't expect to suddenly bench press 50 more pounds or grow huge muscles in 2 weeks. Creatine enhances your training capacity. It still requires you to put in the work. Think of creatine as allowing you to train at 105-110% of your normal capacity. Over months, that extra 5 to 10% compounds into significant gains. My experience. When I first started creatine, I expected immediate superhuman strength. After 1 week, I was disappointed because I didn't feel that different. But I stuck with it. Around week 3, I realized I was completing more reps. By week 8, I had added 15 pounds to my bench press and 25 pounds to my squat. Looking back over 6 months, the gains were undeniable. But they came gradually, not overnight. Be patient. Stay consistent. The results will come. Mistake number 8, taking too much or too little creatine. Dosage matters, and getting it wrong wastes product or potentially stresses your body. The science of dosing. Your muscles can only store a certain amount of creatine. Once you reach saturation, any excess is just excreted by your kidneys. More creatine does not equal more muscle. 2 proven approaches. Method 1, the loading phase, days. 1 to 7, 20 grams per day, split into 4 5 grams doses. Day 8+, 3 to 5 grams per day, maintenance. Reaches saturation in about 1 week. May cause more water retention and stomach discomfort. Method 2, no loading. My recommendation. Take 3 to 5 grams every day from the start. Reaches saturation in 3 to 4 weeks. Easier on your stomach. Less sudden water weight gain. Same results in the long run. Body size considerations. Your optimal dose depends partly on body weight. Under 70 kilos, 155 pounds, 3 grams per day. 70 to 90 kilos, 155 to 200 pounds, 5 grams per day. Over 90 kilos, 200 plus pounds, 5 to 7 grams per day. The danger of excessive doses. Some people think if 5 grams is good, 15 grams must be better. This is wrong and potentially harmful. No additional benefit beyond saturation. Unnecessary stress on kidneys, wasted money, possible digestive issues. If you have any pre-existing kidney concerns, excessive creatine can worsen the problem. My personal protocol. I weigh about 85 kg, 187 tons, so I take 5 grams per day. I skipped the loading phase and just took 5 g daily from day 1. Did it take a few extra weeks to feel the full effects? Sure. But I avoided stomach discomfort, and the results were identical to friends who loaded. The bottom line, 3 to 5 grams per day, every day, forever. It's that simple. Don't overcomplicate it, and don't overdo it. Mistake number 9, starting creatine without consulting a healthcare professional, especially if you have certain health conditions. Now, let me be clear. Creatine is one of the safest, most well-researched supplements in existence. For healthy individuals, it's extremely safe. But certain people need to be more cautious. Who should consult a doctor? You should definitely talk to your doctor before starting creatine if you have kidney disease or impaired kidney function, liver problems, history of kidney stones, neuromuscular disorders, diabetes. It may affect blood sugar, high blood pressure. Why this matters? Creatine is processed by your kidneys. If your kidneys aren't functioning optimally, adding creatine could place additional stress on an already compromised system. Additionally, some people have undetected health issues. A simple blood test can reveal kidney function problems you might not know about. The responsible approach. Here's what I recommend. 1. If you're healthy with no known conditions, creatine is almost certainly safe, but consider a general checkup if you haven't had one recently. 2. If you have any health concerns, schedule an appointment with your doctor. Explain you're interested in creatine supplementation and ask for their guidance. 3. Get baseline blood work. Tests for kidney function, creatinine, and BUN levels provide a baseline. You can retest after a few months to confirm everything is normal. My take: I'm fortunate to have no health issues, but before I started creatine, I got routine blood work done through my annual physical. Everything checked out, so I felt confident moving forward. A few months later, I had blood work done again. My kidney markers were completely normal, actually slightly improved because I was training better and staying more hydrated. This gave me peace of mind and confirmed I was using creatine safely. Don't skip this step. Your health is more valuable than any gains. Take the responsible approach and consult with a professional, especially if you have any doubts. And finally, mistake number 10, not monitoring how your body responds to creatine. Creatine is safe, but everyone's body is different. Paying attention to how you feel helps you maximize benefits and catch any issues early. Potential side effects. Most people tolerate creatine perfectly, but some may experience bloating, especially during loading, stomach cramps, diarrhea, mild headaches, usually from dehydration, excessive water retention. None of these are dangerous, but they're signals that you might need to adjust something. How to monitor. I recommend keeping a simple journal during your first 2-4 weeks. Track daily dose and timing, any digestive issues, energy levels, and workout performance. Body weight changes. How you feel overall. This helps you identify patterns. For example, if you notice cramping only on days you take creatine without food, you know the solution. When to get blood work. If you want to be extra cautious, which I support, get blood tests that measure creatinine levels, kidney function, BUN, blood urea nitrogen, liver enzymes. Compare results before starting creatine and after 2 to 3 months. This objectively confirms everything is working properly. My experience. During my first week, I noticed mild bloating. Instead of panicking, I realized I was taking creatine on an empty stomach. Once I started taking it with food, the bloating disappeared. Later, I got routine blood work that showed my kidney function was completely normal. This gave me confidence to continue long-term. Listen to your body. If something feels off, don't ignore it. Adjust your protocol. Lower the dose. Take it with more food. Increase water intake. Split the dose throughout the day. And if issues persist, talk to a doctor. Your body will tell you what it needs. Pay attention.